To solve this expression, we need to take it through our order of operations, or our PEMDAS, starting with P parentheses. The only set of parentheses we need to resolve is this set right here. 4 minus 2 will give us 2, so we can rewrite this as 5 squared times 2 cubed minus negative 4 squared. The next step in PEMDAS would be E for exponents, so we have 3 sets of exponents to resolve. 5 squared is 5 times 5, 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2, and negative 4 squared is negative 4 times negative 4. 5 times 5 will give us 25 times 2 times 2 times 2, which will give us 8, minus negative 4 times negative 4, which will give us a positive 16. Be very careful there because this minus sign was completely unrelated. It was outside of the parentheses, so it had no effect on this exponent. So even though we got a positive 16 as our result, it still is going to simplify down to minus 16 because this minus sign was outside the parentheses. Now, our next step in PEMDAS is to multiply 25 times 8. 8 times 5 will give us 40. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 4 is 20. So now we have 200 minus 16. And before we do this last step, we can actually look at our answer choices and eliminate down to our correct answer without having to do this last step. We know it can't be 200 because we need to subtract 16 from 200. We know it can't be 216 because, again, we're subtracting 16, not adding it. And we know it can't be 108 because we can't get to a number that low from this small of a subtraction problem. So it has to be answer choice C. At that point, you can mark C and move on with the rest of the test, but for the sake of the video, I'll show you how we got to 184. Set up your subtraction. You would have to borrow to do the first step of subtraction, but we can't borrow from 0, so we would have to borrow from 2 to make this 10, and then borrow from that to make this 10. So now we've got 10 minus 6 is 4, 9 minus 1 is 8, and 1 minus nothing is 1. And that's how we got 184, the correct answer.